What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about the Multi Pochette that I recently unboxed on this channel, as you probably already know by the title. So I did want to kind of show you guys a DIY version of the Multi Pochette accessoire in case you like the look of it but you don't necessarily want to spend that amount for the leather version, but you kind of want to do your thing. I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and then I'm going to discuss some points that I forgot to mention in that video because I was just in awe with the bag in this video today. But first of all, if you're new to my channel, then hi, hello, welcome. Definitely take the time to subscribe if you fancy doing that. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you for coming back. I appreciate you as always. And let's go ahead and start this video. The bag in question, this is one that I'm talking about. I currently have it split up into two pieces. The new Multi Pochette in Empreinte leather. I have mine in the cream. It does come in the black and the bi-color, which is the cream and the black mixed together as well. Style is not an original style because we have the original, which is the Multi Pochette accessoire in the canvas version. Something that I forgot to note in the last video, which is, as most of you seasoned LV buyers out there know, that each LV piece actually comes with stamping within the piece that tells you where the piece is made from. It gives you the date code, you know, when it was produced, etc, etc. Now, I noticed that when I unboxed this item and had a look over, I did not see a date code, and I could not find one. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, then you do know that I let you guys know some months ago that they were getting rid of the date code, and it was supposed to be happening, you know, coming into effect in March. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, then maybe you want to consider doing that, because I tend to share information like that over there first. This piece that I have here does not have a date code, so that means that the item is microchipped. I personally, I'm not really sure how I feel about that, because I'd like to know where the item is made from. I did find the little textile card inside the piece that told me that it was in fact made in the USA, but I feel like it should be, I like the idea of having it on the stamping in the back that we're used to seeing. I'm just one of those people that I'm like, look, I like seeing it. I like seeing the date. I want to know. I want to know when the piece was made. That's just my opinion. I don't know, but at the end of the day, let me know your thoughts on that down below. I personally would still like to see engraving, the embossing inside the piece. Right now, it just says Louis Vuitton Paris. Like, I already know that. I want to know the information. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, but the idea of it does creep me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. That's what I wanted to mention, that this piece and pieces moving on forward will not have the date code. They will all be microchipped. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my pochette accessoire. Let's go ahead and talk about that. I'll show you the DIY version and then I'll come back to the other. So the main compartment of this Multi Pochette accessoire is this pochette. Now, LV does sell a pochette accessoire, which is this one, as a separate piece on their website. If you can hear the chains jingle dangling, I apologize for that. These two items are fairly similar in size. Of course, the Empreinte pochette is slightly bigger, but essentially you could create a similar effect from this piece. I'm so sorry. From this piece, like this one. So this piece originally comes with a vachetta strap, which I have never used. I removed it as soon as I got it. It's just not, I prefer a crossbody situation with this versus the shoulder function. So I bought this chain just from Amazon. Again, I will link it down below if you guys are interested. I think it was like $8 or something like that. If you wanted a more expensive chain, you can, of course, buy something that looks similar to this from Smorga, or buy it from Celine or something like that. So of course, as you know, the next part of the Multi Pochette accessoire is the little front pouch that you get as well, and this one does incorporate this beautiful chain. In terms of the pochette accessoire, what you would do is then incorporate a mini pochette, which is this little cutie right here, in the front of this item in order to create a similar look. Really, there's two ways to go about this situation. If you already own both of these items, you can just attach the mini pochette to the pochette accessoire. So there is little clips here on the pochette accessoire that you can use. And now because this one doesn't have a clasp mechanism on the side, what I'm going to do is use the clasp from the chain that I added on, and it ends up looking something a little bit like this. So if you were wearing it, it would look like so. What I do want to know is, if you manage to get yourself some D-rings, you can get those from Amazon pretty easily, or like I said, some Olga or something like that. Attach onto the little clasps that you have here in order to extend the length that you have between the pochette accessoire and the mini pochette, so it can allow the mini pochette to sit a little bit better than it currently is. But as you can see, you could do it just like this if you didn't want to add on the D-rings, because it does look okay like this. But if you want it to be absolutely perfect, I would definitely recommend adding on like a little extension here. But essentially you've gone ahead and created your DIY multi-pochette accessoire. And there is the Empreinte version, and here is the DIY version of both of them side by side, so you can kind of get the gist of what I'm saying, that you can create this look with the items you already have, as most of us have these LV SLGs in our closets already. Or if you don't, but you're just looking for a more inexpensive way to create the same look, this is the way to go about it. Here is this one in a shoulder, and I'm just going to double up this strap because, as I said, this is a crossbody length. But let's just make it a shoulder length really quickly. Created a similar look. DIY. As I mentioned, you could sort out this situation and make it a little bit more seamless, like this could lie flat, if you added on the attachments to the item. Okay, so there we go, there we have it. We have both pochettes on as crossbody right now. And essentially it gives you the same type of look, the same type of vibe. And I just think it's a nice option if that's what you guys are kind of looking for. Kind of show you that you can definitely create this look for a lesser amount. And this bag is $2,230 pre-tax. With tax in my tax bracket, the total of this one is about $2,460, I will say. The total amount of this pochette is broken down. The mini pochette is $445 pre-tax, and the pochette accessoire is $790 pre-tax. As I said, this chain in it was about $10, and of course if you wanted to add on the little D-rings on top of that, then that would be another $10 if you're buying them from Amazon. And the total of that pre-tax is $1,255. If you were to add tax, let's just go off my tax bracket, then this would total $1,370. Also, in comparison to the original canvas version Multi Pochette Accessoire, pre-tax $2,050, and with my tax bracket $2,239 with tax. So essentially you are still saving quite a bit of money. With the original one you were saving about $1,000, and versus the leather version you are saving over $1,000. It really depends what you're going for, but if you just want the look, you can definitely achieve it with items you already have, if that is what you would like to do. Why did I buy this one? I bought this one because I didn't own anything in the Empreinte leather. I do have other bags in the Empreinte leather that I have on my wish list. I don't own anything that is in the cream or white color tone. I did want one bag that was in that shade, so I decided that this was going to be the one that I was going to add. Now, I was originally looking at the Prada reissue bag as well as the original Multi Pochette. Something about the original Multi Pochette just didn't do it for me. I don't know what it was, but it just didn't tick the box like enough. So then I did look at the Prada reissue ones, and I find myself continuously looking at the Prada reissues. I don't own any Prada bags, that would have been my first one, but I wasn't ecstatic at the fact that it was nylon at the time. And then of course they do have the Saffiano leather that they've come out with as well, and again it's a similar style. It just only have one main compartment, however, but it does have the thick strap, which just come with the little AirPods case or coin purse, whatever you want to call it. And then they brought out this one and I was like, this is it. Like, it ticks so many different boxes for me, and I was already looking at this style of bag. Would I sell my pochette now that I have this? Because essentially they're all just pochettes, right? They're just pochettes that you can put together or not put together, you know. So would I sell my pochette accessoire? Maybe. It's possible. I need to figure out, but then it's canvas and this is leather, so I don't know. For those of you that also own the pochette accessoire, would you sell your pochette accessoire in monogram if you did go ahead and buy this in leather, which I know a lot of you have, because a lot of you have messaged me showing me your purchases of this item, which congratulations by the way. And if you have bought anything new recently, then congratulations for that as well. Some of you asked me, how am I going to prevent color transfer on this item? Now, I don't know is my honest answer. I'm not too concerned because most of my wardrobe actually contains colors that are literally like this. I have a very neutral palette, a very neutral wardrobe. In terms of pigment, the only really color that I wear is usually a black silhouette, so a black baseline, but I always have something over. It's just me. I just always have something over, which in pigment it's either going to be a brown, a tan, a caramel, something like that. That's kind of how dark I will go, which is what I showed you in the last video, because not everybody dresses in neutral colors like this. So I did just want to show you that in that styling video. I don't wear any denim. In fact, I don't even think I own any denim. Well, I do, but it's white denim. So if any of you are experienced owners of Empreinte leather, then please feel free to message me, or, you know, like, just leave it in the comments down below so we're all aware, for those individuals that are asking the same thing, that have now bought this item and it's their first Empreinte leather, etc, etc, or for people who are just considering that fact in general. The last thing I do want to do is kind of just play around with the bag and mix some of this with some of this and some of this with some of that. So first of all, I think what I want to do is take this chain and put it on the pochette accessoire and see if that looks like cute or anything, or if we just would not play like that. But it definitely works. It's the color combination definitely works for sure. But it's cute. I know some of you wanted to see that, so here you go. So pochette accessoire with a smaller pouch of the Multi Pochette accessoire in the Empreinte leather. I think the color contrast is super cute. Again, you would probably need a little extension for that part, but let's just go ahead and pretend that that was already sorted out. So that's what it would look like. Go ahead and add on that chain. Here's another little cute rendition. You have the two small pouches together, clipped in with this chain. And it might be a bit much. You could get rid of this one if you really wanted to. You could keep it there. Bring this down. Wear these together. The leather with a monogram strap. This is what it looks like. I'm not sure if it's my thing, but let me show you guys. Just in case it was something that you were wondering about. Okay, so I pretty much have covered everything that I wanted to cover in this video. I answered some of your questions, showed you different ways that we can kind of play around with the pochette itself. And if you already own these items, then you can most definitely create that style of bag yourself via pieces you may already own in your collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, as always, please do give it a thumbs up so it lets me know that you're enjoying these type of videos. Always leave a comment down below if you have any questions for me. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, then definitely follow us over there as well. And I will see you guys on the next video. Okay, bye.